Hey guys, we got Zack here who top 8'd our tournament with fairies. He's gonna show us his awesome deck profile. Zack, what do you got?
Hey, so yeah, I got fairies with 6 recruiters. I got starting off with 3 Nova Summoners. Just got my 3rd secret today here at the tournament. Shout out to the vending. It's sick.
Hey, let's go.
And 3 Shining Angels. The recruiters I always want to see open with one really. Just set those early and start my chain because I also have triple Christia. So triple Christia of course can be brickies. So having this full suite of 6 recruiters really helps you, crash recruiter, and get those out early.
Yeah, get as many as 4 fairies specifically in your graveyard.
3 DD Warrior Lady, it's broken with Shining Angel. Dimensional Alchemist, it recycles with all the DD Warrior Ladies that vanish, and the 1 Soul of Purity and Light, and 1 Freed the Brave Wanderer. So that's just what gives fairies the grind game. I was considering, originally actually this was 2 Soul of Purity and Light, and I switched it to Freed because Soul of Purity and Light, you can't normal summon it, so Freed is better early, which did come up today, just normal summoning it and attacking. But Soul of Purity and Light can be pitched to Tragodia for 6 to steal a Gores, and it itself is a fairy which can come up. And if they Solemn Judgment it can banish 2 out of grave before the Freed can, but that didn't come up today. It has come up in the past though. Tragodia I'm going to leave out because a quick tet about Tragodia. I'm actually on Tragodia, not Gores. Tragodia is super sick because with 3 Christia you can brick to heck, and the 8s in this format are so prevalent with Stardust Dragon and Ab-Zero, I don't know, look at decks and you'll see a lot of 8s. It comes up. And with I'm playing 6 recruiters, right? So I have 4s out the wazoo, so I always have 4s to discard with Trag. Then Herald's broken, needs no introduction, but what does need introduction is Green Light. I was playing Green Light because I'm going to leave this till later, or I can do it right now. I'm on Decree. I'm on a bunch of spells. These are the only traps in my whole deck. Dust Shoot's broken. Decree, it's I'll talk about a little bit more why I'm on Decree later, but I wanted to play the 1 Green Light, so when they draw their Heavy Storm or MST, I can keep my Decree around. Although every time I saw this card tonight, it was terrible. There was one game where I could have got the chance to hit a Miracle Fusion with it, but I mean, it didn't matter in that match in the overall game, so it might just be worth just not protecting Royal Decree and having this be a better card that always impacts the game state. So yeah, it probably won't make the list next time. And for the rest of the monsters, 2 Honest, card's really good. 1 Raikou. The Raikou is actually important because of Nobleman of Crossout, which we'll talk about later, and Mind Control, which we'll talk about in a bit here. So it's just a good card to open with. I'll leave that out. So Cyber Valley and Consecrated Light. These are all just kind of like extra text. Cyber Valley, everybody knows about Cyber Valley Mindcon. I don't need to talk about that. Consecrated Light, Black Wings is everywhere, so it's fetchable in this deck. And if you ever draw it, I'm on 4 Heralds, so it's really easy to pitch. And yeah. And then for the Raikou, now I'll talk about spells. Because I'm only on 3 traps, I have so much room for spells. So a lot of people have been cutting their Book of Moons lately, but I'm on all 3. Book of Moon, of course, can reset your Raikou, but that's not why Raikou's in here. It's just a really good card. It helps your guys dodge Mirror Forces, dodge Bottomlesses, dodge D-Prisons, and setting opponents' monsters to disrupt their plays. I think there's actually better cards in the format, but when you're already under Decree, this is the best interaction there is. Then 2 Noblemen. So a lot of people have been playing 1 Nobleman. I'm actually maining 2. And in addition to just a good against decks that set, it's also with triple Book of Moon. It just banishes cards really well. And with Raikou in the deck, banishing a Raikou and banishing your own Raikou will set up a Dimensional Alchemist to get that Raikou back. Then MST Heavy Storm, really good cards. Brain Control, Mind Control, really good cards. We have 3 tuners in here with the orange lights and the Cyber Valley, but are also all searchable. Applies for both of these. And then 1 main deck Soul Release. It's been gaining popularity lately because in addition to interacting with your opponent's graveyard, it can modulate your own graveyard to get back down to 4 fairies for Christia, which is especially important when I'm on 3 of them. So now we'll go to the side deck. Side deck is 2 Sidras, just a good card in a lot of matchups. My Body, this card was clutch tonight. I might even side 3 My Bodies in the future. Just there's so much destruction in this format, and with all my recruiters, I really want my guys to be dying by battle. I can't be letting them get destroyed. Raikou makes De-Alchemist timing, so My Body's really sick there as well. You just gotta be careful not to crash into the Raikou since you can't use it in the damage step, but yeah, My Body was amazing, and I'm gonna be running more of these. 1 Prohibition. This card is cute. I came up in one match against Geminis where I Prohibition named Gigaplant, and it actually did something. I actually got Prohibition today too. People named Orange Light, so this card's kind of picking up in popularity as the format becomes more and more solved, and people know which decks are good and their core cards in them. I think if you're really confident in your Edison gameplay, definitely do think playing Prohibitions. The 3rd Knock, for decks that naturally set, I decided in, and it's just a blowout card. Soul Release for the same reason, in addition to the one that's main. 3 Mask of Restrict, it just auto wins the game against frogs, and I sided in generally one of these against, I sided in actually all 3 of them against the Gemini player today because they were on Lone Fire and Gemini Spark. You can side in one against Hero if you need to, but it's kind of sus. Banisher of the Radiance, pretty good card that dodges deck dev, but this card was sus today. It was not, I didn't really perform. This will be something else in the future. 2nd Consecrated Light in case the first one gets answered in a Blackwing Mirror, or Blackwing matchup, and then 3 Electric Virus for it's getting some machines and dragons. So that's the whole side deck. The extra is nothing special. Got double Chimera Tech, Armory Arm, Android, Caster, Branak, and Goyo for 6s. I might actually want a Gaia Knight Force of Earth in the future because 6s can probably come up the most frequently in this deck. Ancient Sacred Wyvern and Black Rose is the 7s. And then Colossal Fighter, Avenging Knight Parthash, Stardust, RDA, Darkun Dragon, and Thought Ruler Arcfiend. So standard stuff there.
Awesome.
All right.
So was there anything that, you already kind of mentioned this a lot when you were describing everything, but were there any cards that you thought you'd want to take out, and was there anything that you thought you'd want to put in?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I think Green Light is on the chopping block, and honestly, I was pretty happy with the rest of the main deck. So as for what goes in for that Green Light, theoretically, I mean, playing a 4th trap card is possible with 2 Decrees, so maybe like Mirror Force. I don't really like Solemn Judgment in this deck because with the amount of times I'm crashing with 6 recruiters and 3 DDs, I'm paying too many life points. And yeah, I'll have to think about that. With drawing extra Christias and stuff, maybe I'll put in another card that can discard things like a Lightning Vortex. But yeah, this is gonna go. Lightning Vortex is actually neat because it's a spell. Maybe My Body. Maybe honestly, this card performed so well today. Maybe I'll just play my 3rd My Body main deck. That might be the call.
Very interesting. All right, awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming out. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was super fun. Highly recommend Xanadu Games to everybody.